The following video will provide an overview of how to use and customize the iOS 7 notification system. By the end of this video, you should be able to locate, view, and perform your own customizations to the iPad notification system. It is suggested that you have your iPad with you while watching the video on a computer screen. This will allow you to use your iPad and follow along with the video. Okay, teachers, this is just a video that will provide you with a quick overview and demonstration of the notification center. This is something simple that most people, if you have any type of smartphone, Android has a notification system that, hey, let's just say that Apple borrowed a few good things from that and kind of developed their notification system after Android on that one. But if you've used a smartphone or of any kind, you probably are familiar with the notification system. And on the phones as well as the tablets, it's accessed by putting your finger at the top of the screen, holding it down, and just dragging toward the bottom. You can see where mine's pulling down. You just touch toward the top, maybe to where the edge of the bezel and the screen meets, and you drag down. And you have three tabs up top. It'll either be your Today view, your All view, or things you've missed. Maybe, depending on how you have it set for like emails or messages, that type of thing. In iOS 7, the notification system is customizable, and I want to show you briefly how you can do that, because there may be certain things that you want showing up in your notification system and certain things that you don't. So the way you would customize it is you would go into the Settings tab, and you would see Notification Center. Looks like it's about the fourth one down. And you would tap on Notification Center. You have a couple of options here. In iOS 7, where it says Access on Lock Screen, you can turn that on or off. And what that means is I'm going to leave it on, and I'm going to lock my iPad. Okay, so you'll see it lock and go locked there, and I'm going to unlock it. And once I unlock it, without unlocking the iPad, I can still access my, and I said that wrong. I do not have to unlock my iPad to access the notification screen. I can just pull down. You got that little blue bar up top. I can just pull down while the iPad's locked. So if you're in a meeting and you don't want to actually go into the iPad or anything like that, and you just want quick access to the notification system, then from your lock screen you can now do that. So let's go back in. We'll go into the settings there. Let's say I want the Today view off. I don't like how that looks, and I'm going to show you the difference there. So I'm going to cut Today view off. Well, for this to kick in, I'm going to need to lock my iPad. So I've done that. I'm going to wake that up. Now when I pull down, I don't have that Today view that showed the calendar and the weather and all that. I just have the notifications there. For some of you that want a simpler, more streamlined look, you just want to see important emails or news or things like that, you may want the Today view off. But if you want to see like into your calendar and you want to see into your weather and those types of things, you're going to leave Today view on. And again, I'll show you real quick what that looks like. I went back in, cut Today view on. Now when I pull it down, I have that Today tab, and you'll see that I have the date, I have the little statement about the weather. If I had calendar events, reminders, all that stuff is there. The notifications view. Say if we want that off, let's just cut it off, and let's watch what happens. I'm going to lock the iPad, wake it, pull it down, and you will see that I just have the Today view. I don't have those three tabs at the top any longer where I can pick Today, All, or Missed. I just have the Today view. So it just depends on how much information you want in your notification system. You can also, if Today view is left on, you can also modify the Today view. And let's look briefly at what those do. If I cut the Today summary off, like it's on, if I cut the Today summary off, and then I go back into my notification, the only thing I'm really missing, you still see Today, but I don't have my weather function there. Okay, so it kind of just changes that view a little bit. If I cut the calendar day view off, and then I go back into my notification system, you'll see that the calendar is no longer there. I'm just seeing reminders. It's just some options that allow you to reveal as much information as you would like. So I've got all those off, and if I go back into it, really all I have is the date. So you can just kind of leave on. I guess Apple just opened up a little more customizing features there. And then your notifications, you can sort them manually, or you can sort them by time. Like if you sort them by time, then when you pull your notification bar down, everything that has popped up, like if you had an email at 1 p.m., it would show up over a message that might have come through at 1:05. So just some customizing features there. And then you can also go under the Include tab. You can include which apps you want in notifications. Like I have email. I don't have email included, and the reason being is that if, say, a student or someone else was using my iPad, I just don't want them to be able to pull that lock screen down and read email messages that might have sensitive information. That again is up to you. But I choose to leave that off. Now you can also go in and customize how these notifications appear. Let's say on messages, if you don't want any alert, you can select none. If you want it to be a banner that you can see an image there of that, it just pops up at the top of the screen, that's fine. But I like the alert one where it gives me an instant reply option, so that little box will pop up in the middle. I can change my alert sound if I want it to sound different. I can turn it on or off in Notification Center there. If I don't want it to show on the lock screen, for instance, if I didn't want, and it might be a good idea to cut this off here on the day you're working with students, because if you leave it on, then the child could just hit the home button, pull your notifications down, and see your messages. But if you hit that show on lock screen and cut it off, then that means if it's locked and the student, or anyone for that matter, pulls that notification center down, they won't see the messages. This is one of those things where you just kind of have to sift through. It's going to be different for everyone, because whatever app you have actually downloaded and are using will show up here. So we might not have all the same apps. So you're going to want to go in and look and see, okay, where can I do some customizing? Which apps do I want to show up in my notification center? Or do you even want notification center on? All right. It's one of those things that you can't really mess up. You just have to experiment and see which view you like the best, okay? I do really personally choose to leave mine by default other than the mail, because I like, if I've got a meeting scheduled, I can see the weather. If you're a coach, or you've got an after school activity and you want to keep up with those things and access it quickly. And then if you've been in a meeting or you had class and you're checking it at the end, you can go straight to things you've missed, and only the things you've missed will show up, that type of thing. So that's iOS 7 notifications. Again, the menu to customize is accessible by going to Settings and Notification Center. There are also lots of helpful videos on YouTube. If you want further training, you would just search iOS 7 notification tutorial. But I bet most of you can kind of figure that out just by experimenting and playing around with it. And as always, please let me know if you need any help with anything.